think if we were meeting this week, I would be inspired to want to do a lesson where we are drawing something that goes along with Easter. And so I thought we would do a lesson on how I would draw a rabbit. The first thing we'll do is we'll sketch a circle. This will be our rabbit's head. And then we will draw a box shape that is underneath that circle, and that will be the body. And as you can see, I am just lightly sketching, and all of my classes know that sketching is just loose lines. We're not putting a lot of pressure, not drawing really dark, because we may have to come back and erase some of these lines later. So now we have the head and the body, and now we're going to focus on the back legs, the haunches. As you can see, I've made this heart shape, and if we separated the heart, we could put one side for one leg and the other side for another leg, and this will help you to draw animals that are sitting down, is to know how to draw those shapes. Now I've just drawn two shapes that look like potatoes, and those will be the back feet. And then I'll draw these two circles in between those potato feet, and those will be the front feet. Now off of those feet, I'm making a shape that looks like what? It looks kind of like the letter Y, and that will be the front legs that go up to the chest. Now if you recall from our video, from the fox video, I did the same thing with the ears, where I put these dots on the top of the head, and I positioned them about equal distance. And depending on what animal you're drawing, if you've got an animal that has long ears, you can kind of help gauge how long you want these ears to be or how short you want them to be. Okay, I think this is starting to look like a rabbit, don't you think? So now I'm going to draw some details. I'm going to draw these lines that look a little bit like a baseball, and this is going to help divide my rabbit's face up where it looks symmetrical. That I put an eye over here, put an eye over there, and look, I'm drawing kind of that Y shape again like I did on the front legs to make the rabbit's nose and mouth. And so now I'm going to start doing some details, some lines around the ears right here, and one over here. And then I'm going to come down to the feet, and I'm going to start drawing some little curved lines. These are the little toes on our little potato feet. And right there on the circles there, draw little curved lines there. And now you'll see where I'll go up to the top of where my box starts, and I'm starting to kind of curve in and round off that box so it doesn't look so square and harsh and have corners, because we know that rabbits don't have corners. So I'm going in here, I'm taking my eraser tool. Now you'll probably have an eraser on your pencil, and you just start erasing. You start erasing some of those sketch lines that were a little loose. Maybe you didn't like that line there or line here, and you're just going to go in there and clean it up. And so start cleaning up those lines. Take those corner pieces off, round off some of your shapes, clean up some areas, maybe even where we put the dots for the ears. You might want to go in there too and kind of lighten those dots up so they're not as obvious. Don't forget details like the little whiskers that our rabbit will have. Now, I think this looks really good. I really like the way it looks. It's very cute to me, but I may want to make my head look a little bit more shapely, and so I might, within that circle that I've drawn the head, kind of curve it in. It almost looks a little bit like a guitar body to me. If you look at how a guitar is shaped, it's round on top, comes in, it comes back out again. That's kind of what my rabbit is looking like at this moment. Now, the things you want to start doing now is maybe add some little hatch marks, and that is just little lines that represent the fur on a rabbit. It gives it some texture, makes your rabbit look a little more interesting, more detailed, and you can put these little lines all over your rabbit's body. You can go around the legs, on the chest, around the ears, maybe even have it kind of go off the side of the head so it looks like a little furry rabbit. You know, there's all kinds of rabbits out there. Some are more furry than others. And so you can see here, I'm just putting in some details. I'm darkening the eyes, leaving a little space there for that little white speck that I love to leave in the eyes, just for the highlight. Okay, that's it. Now, you can leave your art like this, or if you would like to add some details that make your art a little bit more seasonal, perhaps maybe some Easter eggs with different patterns and shapes, Maybe put one in the front and some eggs in the background that are behind for perspective purposes. It makes your art look a little more interesting. I'm going to put a couple extra lines here, kind of do some extra details and darken a few things, and then I should be done. I am really enjoying making these videos and seeing you guys participate. It is just so fun to see all the really cool artwork that you're able to produce from home. Be sure to be watching for future videos. I'll have some very soon. You guys have a wonderful Easter. Enjoy this beautiful weather, and you guys stay healthy and safe.